Minister of Planning and Development Penelope Beckles today called on the world to ramp up support to protect those on the front line of the climate crisis.
Yeah, Minister Beckles addressed delegates at the COP27 conference where Ryan Beechu is at. Ryan, loss and damaging funding continues to be at the top of the agenda at this conference.
Well, that's the big ticket item at this conference, and today Minister Penelope Beckles used her time to address the delegates in Egypt to advance that agenda.
This must be an implementation COP. Even while we enhance our ambition, it is important that we shift into transformational implementation.
Minister Penelope Beckles addressing the international community on Tuesday, saying this conference must send a signal to the world that leaders are ready to act.
This is not a time for lowering expectation or for lowest common denominator agreements. COP27 must deliver on the just demand from vulnerable countries for financing arrangements on loss and damage.
The Minister of Planning and Development alerted the world to the unprecedented rainfall that has gripped Trinidad and Tobago this year, while touting the country's progress towards tripling its renewable energy capacity by 2030, following the installation of 112 megawatts of utility-scale superpower. The minister, who is TNT's head of delegation in Egypt, said the country is progressing on a green hydrogen facility fully financed by the private sector. Additionally, she says TNT will submit its revised nationally determined contributions by the end of the year. Yet, as the energy theme rang around the conference in Egypt on Tuesday, Kenneth J. Green's chairman, Philip Julian, told CNC3 News there are circumstances that can accelerate TNT's green agenda.
I think coming back to the economics, I think the economics are going to drive the kind of urgency that we would want to see in Trinidad and Tobago when things like carbon taxes start being imposed, things like green premiums start being paid for things like green ammonia and green methanol.
Yeah, Philip Julian feels that the change is inevitable. Now, Bhavita Akash, the minister made a clarion call today that Trinidad and Tobago and other small island states will need the help of the international community if it is to smoothly transition from a fossil fuel industry to more greener forms of energy.
Thank you for that, Ryan. Now